Taking some video for the vlog.
Uh,
Do you want to be in my vlog?
yeah.
Yeah. I really like Q&A Friday because it makes my life easier and then I get to answer a bunch of great questions from you guys. Johnny asks one of the first questions. Hey, you've got 2 Twitter accounts, at Saddington and at 8-Bit. And why did you choose to leave that one, the first one, at Saddington, which has 170,000 Twitter followers? That's a great question. The at Saddington Twitter account I still use it, I still have it. It auto tweets blog posts and the content that I write. I've actually hooked it up to a bunch of different systems like my personal blog, Medium, and a few other systems. So auto tweets that, which is great because there's a lot of people following it. But the reason that I decided to move away from it as my full-time Twitter account is because it was honestly getting way too noisy. There was something that I needed personally as a reset, if you will, and I think many people can empathize, maybe you can empathize with, I think there are moments in our lives where we just need a reset. We just need a serious reset on some of the larger parts of our lives, and Twitter for me had become such a big part. As simple as that explanation is, it's actually pretty complex, but I think I just needed a reset, and it was great, and I had this old account. It was actually one of my old business accounts, and so I pinged my previous partners and asked them for permission, or said, hey guys, I'm gonna start using the old 8-Bit Twitter account. I hope that's cool, and every single one of them was totally fine with it, so we were able to do that just fine. But great question. Thank you, Johnny, for kicking off Q&A Fridays. I love this song. Hey Daniel, thanks for the question. Daniel's question is, as a high-functioning autistic, how do you struggle and how does that help you? How does it help you excel? And how do you get help with it? Great question. For those who are fairly new to following me, I have been diagnosed as a high-functioning autistic. I'm on the autism spectrum. What's so neat though is a lot of therapy, a lot of counseling, medication helps a ton with management and making sure that I can operate well. But high functioning autism, it's great. I fully live into that reality now. It doesn't worry me. I don't get as anxious. I used to. It used to be a major issue in my life. Used to be something that was very disabling. A lot of my earlier career decisions and a lot of the challenges that I had earlier in my career were related to my misdiagnosis or not knowing what exactly were the things that I was ultimately challenged with. What being an autistic adult has allowed me to do is to really live into the things that I love and obsess and am curious about. It has allowed me in a lot of ways to be able to hyper focus on, knock through walls that I feel like maybe other people struggle to get through. But there are tons of challenges. There's a social awkwardness that I struggle with, and I'm okay with that. I think what I do now is I've learned, again, through therapy and counseling, to make light of it and joke about it. And if you ever get to meet me, and hopefully one day you will, I'll probably make a joke about how I am fairly socially awkward, but it also has helped me realize the things that matter to me the most. A few super close, trusted relationships mean the world to me. And as long as I have those, as long as those are in place, then I'm really in a good spot. So, Daniel, thanks for that question. I really appreciate it, and I never mind sharing about it. It's not a big deal at this point. It's just a part of my life. It's part of who I am, and I embrace it. I love it. I'm actually very thankful for it. Johnny actually had another great question. Am I still blogging for fun or for profit? And that's an easy answer. I'm blogging for fun. I'm blogging because I blog. If I'm headed toward becoming a VC at some point in time, and the answer is I just simply don't know. I don't know if that's going to be an important part of my future or if that's something that I want to try after working at a VC firm for some time. The thought wasn't that attractive to me, to be honest. But who knows? Corey Bentley has a question about where I get my music for my vlogs. Great question. I've been asked that a handful of times. I actually scour the internet. And what I mean by scour is I watch other YouTube videos and see where they get music and then click those links. You continue to follow that trail of links and hyperlinks, and I'm just looking for free, license-free music or stuff that I can download so I don't offend any major music publishing company. And that's how I do it. And hey, Will, thanks for asking your question. I think this is an important and powerful question that we can share with everyone else. So Will writes, he says, so I'm thinking about getting started blogging again and throwing up the same old issue for me. I'm an introvert and the challenge of putting myself out there is real. I need the challenge and discipline, but struggle with the fear. And wow, I love that. I love that, first of all, that you're admitting that there is a problem, that there's a challenge that exists between where you are and where you want to be. The first thing you need to remember is that you're not alone. You're not alone in the slightest. Every single person is struggling with some level of fear, and I don't care how confident someone might be, they are scared of something. I think the question and the difference is whether they are healthy, whether they're emotionally intelligent enough and aware enough to know that that fear exists. But there's no solution here, Will, except for the process, right? So it's not a solution, it's a process. The process of coming into that reality, admitting that there's a problem, that there's a fear, there's anxiety that you need to overcome, and then working through that. You know, as you've been watching on this vlog, that's part of my process of overcoming my own fear about getting out there, doing video, and seeing if people like me. I mean, let's be honest. A lot of our fears as people, you know, this concept of just being liked, of being approved of, being accepted. And I know that, you know that, and I think the more healthy people are aware of that dynamic. So I'm just stoked that you asked the question publicly, because there's a lot of fear about asking that type of question publicly. So thank you, bravo, well done. You got this, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Is there anything stuck in my teeth? Oh, there's something. Walking down to Market. The microclimates in San Francisco are real. The weather here can change on a dime, and so sometimes it's just a little bit risky to bike around the city, especially because that's super dangerous when it's raining. I'm going to try to answer a few more of your questions, which have been great, by the way. Thank you so much. Hey, Joey. Thanks for the question. For those who don't know, Joey's been a longtime friend. He actually housed me while I was working on my master's degree in Houston many times. So thank you so much. That's meant a lot to me and was the only way that I was able to finish that double master's. Joey's got a great question here about just kind of overcoming the fear and of defeat, and kind of along the same veins of the last question. But for me, around new projects, it's just about execution, and that's what I'm trying to do here around here on this vlog, and you're seeing it in real time. But I miss you, man. It's been a while. There's actually something really fascinating about Market Street. I live right around Market and Van Ness. As you walk toward the ferry building, you can either go on the FIDI side or the Soma side. There's a distinctly different feeling if you walk on one side than the other. What's interesting is just as I'm making my decision to capture these vlogs while I'm walking, it was very obvious that the side that I needed to be on. It's the left side going toward the ferry building. Because the left side is where it's just, the folks are a little bit more colorful. I can get away with talking to myself on camera and not feeling as self-conscious. Weird, right? Just interesting subcultures on a street. Hey Josh, thanks for asking a question for today. I think capturing the world in this daily vlog, I think if anything, it's heightened my appreciation for all that's happening. I think, wow, that thing is interesting, and I could capture that, and I could share that. And of course, I think there's this natural tension between spending so much time trying to capture things and not enjoying it in the moment. But I think that's a natural consequence of technology as a whole. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing or a good thing, it just is a thing. I once read an article, and I can't remember where, you could probably Google this, but those who take videos and pictures more, that they see more beauty in the world. And I see a lot of beauty. The world is a magical, majestic place, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it. Finally made it. Walked from Van Ness to 3rd and Market where Mazarine Cafe is, and Mazarine is pretty much one of my favorite coffee shops here in San Francisco. Decent Wi-Fi, great coffee. They've got this nitro coffee, which is amazing. Work here the day, and then a bunch of other things. Great lunch today with a friend. Now I'm headed to Slack. What a perfect way to end the week. Those guys are killing it. It's always inspiring to see product teams, engineering teams that aren't entirely in love with what they're doing. I mean, is there anything more satisfying than working on the things that you love? Anyway, hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm out.